Hello and welcome back to Fujiwara Bittersweet. And let's get started because I don't know about this game anymore. It's so dumb. All of them is so dumb except Haru. So yeah, not too excited to play this, but let's play. Finally, the day ends sometime later with all the anime club members having a okay. We read that, I think. September. Wow, September already. September 7, lunchtime. Why? Why what? If only I knew, I will tell you. What do you mean? You're talking nonsense again. Exactly, Haru. Exactly. Is something bothering you? Yeah, kind of. These days I often find myself thinking about Hazuki out of the blue and I have no idea why. How so? Tell me more about it. Wow, Minami's here. We haven't seen Minami for a long time. I hope Minami is not dumb as them. Last time I saw her, she's fine, I think. What do you mean by thinking about Hazuki out of the blue? Well, I don't think it's anything profound. He's on my mind practically every day for some reason. Random things get me thinking about him. Earlier I was looking at the glass of lemon juice and remembered that time where we had a bet that he couldn't down a liter of lemon juice in 10 seconds. Somehow he did, but his face was so funny. Haha, he went all red. Your face turned red by drinking lemon juice? Is that possible? Is that true? I thought you're gonna make like a funny face like that. But alright then, let's go with that. Your face turned red when you drink lemon juice, okay. Whatever you say, Ichigo. Ichigo lets out a giggle, but then she frowns and clears her throat. Anyway, it's distracting. I don't know when it started and why it's happening, but it's kinda annoying. Haru and I share a look. If I'm processing what I'm hearing right, then... Is it... Before I can finish my sentence, Minami jumps up from her chair and stares at Ichigo with glistening eyes. It's love! You're in love with Hazuki! She is? You guys all know that I only love yaoi and fictional characters. There's no room in my very full heart for 3D boys. Not until you found some storage in there to get preoccupied with thoughts about Hazuki. Well, what is love anyway? Do you often think of him even though you don't want to? At least as much as I can. I can't even read. At least as much as I think of yaoi. Do you feel sad when you aren't together? Do you look forward to spending time with him and don't want to say goodbye when you have to part ways? Minami sure seems to know her stuff. I don't want to hang out with him and I kinda miss him when we have to part ways after club activities, but... Do you have some kind of fantasy about him? Well, does it count if I imagine myself as a boy having forbidden desires toward Hazuki? Oh god. The other boys is still Yui, so yes, it does count, I guess. Why do you imagine yourself as a boy though? I'm not sure I want to be in this conversation. Yeah, you shouldn't, Haru, go away. Leave the freaks alone. Come on now, Haru, don't be such a killjoy. Because it's so embarrassing imagining myself as a girl and having dirty thoughts about Hazuki. Jeez, I'm blushing now. Finally, one of your girls is falling in love with someone. I can't wait to talk about it in more detail. Okay, I'm out, bye. Bye, Shia Haru. I wish I could go with you and not with these dumb guys. Haru abruptly stands up and walks towards the corridor. Why is she upset? Who knows, maybe her period came early. Isn't she always in a bad mood anyway? I'll go and see if she's okay. Good. Let's go see Haru. Let's leave those freaks alone. Haru, what's wrong? Are you perhaps also in love with Hazuki? What? Of course not. Why would you think that? Well, you were upset right after we started assuming that she was in love with him, so... She just doesn't want to be a part of that silly conversation. Leave her alone. No, that's not it. What is it then? If I tell you, you have to promise me that you want love. Okay, I promise. It's just, this isn't something that I want to admit, but thinking one of these days you might fall for someone as well got me feeling pretty sour. She blushes, looking at me with an expression that's something in between annoyance and embarrassment. You promise not to laugh. I'm not laughing, I just found it cute that you worry about such a thing, and I'm also happy you're opening up to me and you seem to consider me a friend. Am I just a friend to you? Haru likes us? Can we choose Haru? Well, yes, but you're not just any friend. I'm really fond of you. Why, suddenly friends? Shut up, Hazuki. We're having a serious conversation right now. Whether we can ditch that Prince Yuta and choose Haru instead. This is serious, Hazuki. I jump in surprise, hearing Hazuki's voice from behind me. Oh, Hazuki, you startled me. Shut it, you dunce. Sorry. Are you done with the student council? Yes, we're all good for the school festival. Great. Well, I'm gonna have to speak to little Miss Ichigo about it. Is she in the classroom? Yep, got it. You aren't coming in? They were too noisy. It's much quieter here. I see. Awkward. Oh, by the way, Aya, Yuta makes an attempt at picking up the conversation, but Haru immediately steps between us, her eyes lit with hostility. Nice, Haru. Kick Yuta away. Yuta! Her sudden aggressive behavior startles us, and Yuta instinctively steps back. Yes? Don't you still have business to do with Hazuki? No, it's alright. Let me repeat that. Your presence isn't required here. That reminds me of Hiro when he tries to convince the Sprout Mole. Your presence is urgently required. Is that clear enough? Yeah, so, excuse me. Good. Yuta turns back and heads to the classroom. I step in front of her Haru to face her, not able to resist the urge to frown at her. That was uncalled for. What did you say that? Idiot. Yes, you idiot, Aya. So idiot. What? Nothing. And off she goes before I have the time to add anything else. Sometimes Haru does that strangest things. Aya, you so idiot. September 10th. Wow. 10 days passed already. Yuta's home. Why they keep half meeting in Yuta's home? A few days ago, we decided to carry out a small play in addition to the initial plans we had for the school festival. So here we are at Yuta's house again. And you should put more spirit in this part too, Haru. Alright. Yuta, what's the matter? You seem kinda dead when you stand next to Haru. Sorry. Maybe doing a play wasn't too much after all. Or was too much after all. You think so? We should just stick with what we initially planned for the school festival. No, listen, I just wasn't feeling well earlier. I'm fine now. You sure? Yes. Maybe we should take 5. Make it 20. I'm hungry. Oh, I'm hungry too. Well then, let's go to the living room for some snacks. Yay, snacks! We move to another room and run into Yuta's sister. She greets us with a smile. You already done, Yuta? No, we're just taking a little break. So what do you guys want? We have juice sandwiches. Oh, and also the doorbell rings and Mari turns to Yuta with a curious look on her face. Were you expecting someone else? No, I don't have plans with Shogo and Meimei today. Mari shrugs and gets the door. As she takes a look at the person behind the door, she freezes for a moment and then jumps into the arms of the mysterious man. Hey, Midori-chan! What are you doing here? Well, I'm supposed to be staying here starting today, remember? What, really? I thought it was tomorrow. It was today, jeez. Ray! Yuta has a much too similar reaction upon looking at the new arrival. Is that the older brother? He bolts toward him and wraps his arms around the person. Hey, wow, you've grown so much since the last time I saw you. Well, I was still in middle school back then. I'm a high schooler now. So, of course, I've changed. Aren't I a man now? You sure are. Your voice changed too. It surprised me. Hehe. Sensing our confusion, the stranger steps toward us and introduces himself. I cannot speak. I cannot read. Jeez, where are my manners? My name is Ray. I'm Mariko and Yuta's big brother. I called it. And then the boyfriend. It's a pleasure to meet you all. The other man, who has been standing a little farther behind the whole time, finally emerged to the scene. He speaks to us in a composed and deep voice. Midori Asegawa? Why he looks familiar? He looks like Toshio, I guess? No, I don't know. My name is Midori Asegawa. Nice to meet you. Yes, nice to meet you too. We are Yuta's friend. Pardon the intrusion. Oh. No, not at all. I'm relieved that Yuta seems to be doing so well in high school, being friends with all of you. Ray graces us with an alluring smile. His aura is no joke. From the corner of my eyes, I can see Ichigo swooning. She's probably imagining something inappropriate. Okay. But now that his brother is standing before us, I can clearly see the resemblance between them. As the guys are chatting with Mari and Hazuki, I can't help but find Mr. Asegawa's presence a mystery. What relation does he have with the Tachibana family? Boyfriend? Is he a cousin, a distant relative maybe? His boyfriend. I called it since the first time that Yuta's older brother is gay. That's why their father cray about that, because he's homophobic. I called it. I knew it. Huh? What do you mean, huh? You are wondering who Midori is, right? Yes. Are you psychic? But you were looking at them with a burning curiosity. It was practically written all over your face that you were thinking about. So yeah, Midori is my brother's boyfriend. I see. They seem like a cute couple. They are, and now that Ray has graduated, I bet Midori-chan will be giving my brother a ring soon, he exclaims with a seemingly content smile. But his gaze shifts downward, and I think this suggests a more complex emotion. Okay. The room is filled with people, but everyone is talking with someone else. Suddenly it's only the two of us in our little conversation. I feel so guilty about the way I acted back then, when I blamed Ray for what happened to the family. He was already struggling a lot, and he bites his lip and clenches his fists really hard, looking visibly frustrated with himself. I give him a pat on the shoulder. But hey, Yuta, you were just a child who didn't really have a full understanding of what was happening. Naturally, you would turn against what happened, what seemed to be the root of the problems. I'm not trying to justify your actions, I'm just saying that we make mistakes and that's alright. Yuta smiles at me, but he doesn't seem to be convinced by my words. Yeah, but if I could, I will jump back to the time he told us his secret, give him a bear hug and tell him that it was alright, that I would support him no matter what. Whenever I think back, I just wait. Back? What? That's not back, okay. Whatever. But you can't, so just focus on what you can do now. Even your brother thinks you've grown up to be a fine man, and I doubt that he wants to feel bad about what happened. Don't beat yourself up. You're a good person in my eyes, Yuta, and I'm sure your brother doesn't have any resentment toward you. So don't worry about it, alright? Thank you. It's nothing. Anyway, should we go back to rehearse the play with the others? Yep, let's go. But how about the food? You said there's sandwich. I want it. We're not gonna get any sandwiches? The day passed without any major event until the morning of the school trip. The teachers walked us through the schedule for the following days one last time. And of course, they don't forget to remind us that we have to behave ourselves during the trip. It's my first time going on a field trip with my classmates, so I'm rather excited. Me and the others settle in the back of the bus. Ichigo shouts to Yuta, ordering him to come with us and sit right next to me. I remember back in school that when we have to go to school trip, we have to get up really early because the school said the bus gonna go at 6 or something. So we have to get up at 5 at least. It was tiring, and I don't really like field trip. I mean, I'd rather sleep than go to field trip. I hate waking up at morning. Yuta sits down and pretends not to notice all his groupies' envious gazes as the engine starts. We mess around and talk about club activities for nearly 2 hours. It's pretty chill, but Haru seems to be feeling a bit under the weather not long after we left. Come on, switch to Haru. Let's ditch this Yuta. I hate him. I want to switch to Haru. Fortunately, we reach our destination before she gets more nauseated. Haru steps out of the school bus and takes a long, deep breath. Wow, that's kind of cool, the house. Goodness, I really thought I wouldn't make it. Are you alright? I rush toward her, but she is faster. She steers away from me in her usual dismissive demeanor. I forgot that she isn't fond of physical contact with anyone other than Ichigo. Sometimes she allows my touch, but other times she gets so overly cautious that I find myself wondering if I should feel offended. Like today, apparently. Yes, I'm fine now. I see. After making sure that everyone has gotten off the bus, the teachers introduce us to a beautiful woman who will host our stay. She seems to be the owner of the inn. Oh, this is an inn? I thought it was just a regular house. She has a long jet black hair, loosely tied with a flower ornament, and wears a refined traditional outfit that complements her figure perfectly. I was so astonished with the way she carries herself that I didn't pay much attention to what she was saying, and soon enough we were led to our rooms. Where's the pigs? No pigs, hogs. We're instructed to form groups of 2 to 4 people for the bedrooms. I'm put in the same room as Haru and Ichigo, but Haru doesn't follow us when you open the door. What's wrong, Haru? You're not coming in? I'm not sleeping in the same room as you. Oh. I tilted my head, struggling to understand why she wouldn't. Has she actually made other friends? Ichigo and Minami seem equally puzzled as we watch Haru walk away in dead silence. Why Minami there? I thought Minami from upper class. Why? But why? That's odd. I totally assumed she would go wherever you go. Did you guys get into a fight? Not that I'm aware of. Yeah, I don't get it. Maybe we should ask her later? Yep. Well then, does it bother you if I stay with you? No, not at all. It'll be fun with you around. As we step inside, I'm hit with an overwhelming sense of deja vu. What is this feeling? Nostalgia? I put my luggage down and go to the window to get some air to clear my mind when I suddenly remember. Ah! What? You startled me! Something wrong? I've been here before. Really? Yeah. I turned to Minami, struggling to contain my excitement. I seem to have recalled something fun. Do you remember that time when we were kids, where I spent a week at your house, then went to an inn with the hot springs for a couple of days? It was this place. I met these boys. I can't remember their names, but one always wanted to prove that he was a courageous adventurer, and the other one was a real crybaby. Come to think of it, there was a third boy. That one was a bit special. She was some kind of fairy or ghost. I had the impression that he was a form of world. He was from a world apart from our own. I never really talked to him, but only greeted him whenever we bumped into each other. I was frankly too intimidated by his unnerving presence to initiate anything. Wait, but this inn, it's... What, you mean it's new? Oh, a knock on the door interrupts my reminiscence. It's Haru, don't forget we have to meet up in the hall with everyone. Alright. Okay, we hastily make our way to the inn entrance. I almost trip. The teachers and the elegant innkeeper take us on a tour, showing us around the building and guiding us to the hot springs. After a nice shower, we all head back to the dining room. I take a place near Haru and Yuta comes sitting next to me, letting out a long sigh. Huh? Something bothering Yuta? Something about Yuta seems different. I cannot read. Your hair? Yeah, that's the problem. Do you know how long it takes to style my hair like I usually do? 1 bloody hour! I just don't have time to do it since we have to eat straight after bathing. This makes me feel so anxious. Look, all these girls have been staring holes into me ever since I came back from the hot spring. I'm sure they're judging how shabby I look like right now. You have to wear uniform? Do you have to wear uniform? Why you have to wear uniform? Yeah, everyone wearing uniform. Why? And they said they just took a bath. Then why change to your uniform again? I thought this just trip. I wouldn't really describe it like that. More like gazing longingly. I'd say they're looking at you with desire. I bet they're gonna have some pretty steamy dreams tonight. Yeah, their ovaries are about to explode. Ovaries? Ichigo! Classy. But it's true! What do you mean? What do you mean? Well, you're quite the looker yourself, even more so with messy hair. I wouldn't be surprised if most of the girls here are just simply overwhelmed with this new side of you. Yuta looks over to a group of girls, some tables away, and as if it was a call for action, they all immediately turn away from him and release restrained Fargo squeals. Oh, stop making face like that, you're not cute, stop it. He blushes and chuckles to himself, looking down at his plate. Creepy. Exactly, Haru, he's creepy. Hey! Anyway, time to eat, I'm starving. Yeah, let's dig in. Nom nom nom, I want to eat too. The next morning we get up early, spend some quality time in nature. Here we are in the vast wilderness of the mountains. How exciting! You look really happy. Yuta turned to the girl who seems like she's just gathered up all of her courage to muster those words. Why yes, I never really had the opportunity to spend a day in the mountains, so I'm really looking forward to it. I see. But their conversation comes to a halt as Yuta doesn't seem interested in talking it anywhere. He slightly bows to the girl to excuse himself and walks toward us with a wide grin. I can see the disappointment in the girl's eyes that still follow Yuta as she retreats to her group. I can't wait. What's it, Yuta? I thought you wanted to maintain your princely image in front of people. You're right. I certainly will be mindful to behave myself. Look at you. You're like a little kid at an amusement park. I can't help it. I'm so looking forward to spending my days with you guys. Oh, how very cute of you. Alright, as you all know, today we're going on an excursion in the mountains. We will walk for about 2 hours to our destination, the biggest waterfall in the area. Then we'll settle down for a small picnic and go back to the inn in the afternoon. I hope you all brought sketchbooks with you because you'll need them to take notes. I would like you to sketch what you see around you and write detailed descriptions. That's so boring. Do we really have to do that? Yeah, why do we have to do that? Can we just enjoy the view? You know? Enjoy the nature, not scribbling around in our notebook? Well, it's not mandatory. We're going for a stroll after all, but everyone who finishes this assignment gets bonus points in the upcoming finals. Typical teachers. It's not mandatory, but you'll get points. That's mandatory. It's just like the teacher trying to trick us. Okay, I'll do it in that case. Great, now let's go, and please everyone stick with your group and don't wander off the path. It would be bad if anyone got lost. Alright, then I'm gonna end that episode there. I'm really tired of reading. I kept making up words that wasn't even there. So yeah, let's save this. I think we can save it here, right? Because we don't have any choices. Okay, and then let's end the episode there. I hope you guys liked it. If you do, please leave a big thumbs up because it helps with the YouTube algorithm or something. And subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.